Yo, what's up? My name's Patrouski, and I was clearing out some PC space, getting ready for the possible drop of the Lunar New Year event tonight. However, we got some pretty interesting news over on the forums regarding PvP, and I always try to remind players, and I say this a lot, I'm not an active PvP player right now at the moment. I'm not really active in the current seasons. However, being aware of what's going on in PvP is crucial to making yen, crucial to making money in PokeMMO. If you know what Pokemon are moving tiers, you can then breed those Pokemon, their demand skyrockets, and you can make a ton of profit, and their margins always become really ridiculous. So let's go ahead and jump into what PvP tier changes might happen coming up in February. So it'll be like in 3 days or so. So it's really coming up soon. However, this is movement discussion. This is what most likely is going to get moved, but it might not happen. So you want to double check on the forums after it actually happens. There's a lot of interesting discussion happening in this post, and you can be involved in the PvP scene and involved in the permanent decisions of what affects PokeMMO via being involved on the forums with these posts. So let's see what Munya has to say today. Nothing going to OU to UU is Tangrowth. Tangrowth, who just got the regenerator ability, is getting moved down to UU because it's not seeing enough usage in OU. This is a hot topic, probably the hottest one on here. There's a secondary hot topic, but a lot of people think this is too soon. Give it more time. Give people more time to actually get regenerator Tangrowth. Seems pretty powerful. A lot of people, from what I'm seeing, once again, this is not my opinion, I'm not involved in the scene, I'm not going to have a stake in this fight if I'm not currently practiced up. A lot of people seem to agree that regenerator Tangrowth is going to end up in OU, so why move it down now? Just give it a little bit more time, you know? Otherwise, it's going to wreck UU, essentially, is the thought process. Slowbro getting moved up to UU from NU. As someone who did used to play a ton of NU, many years ago, Slowbro seems really, really good for the tier. It seems really powerful. It totally makes sense that it would go up to UU for my past experience. Rebanned to Borderline 2. So these are people that essentially get moved up to UU, but it's mostly because they're considered too strong for NU and not because they belong in UU. It's a weird situation, unfortunately. Nidoqueen and Vaporeon. I will say I hated playing against Nidoqueen when I played NU. Nidoqueen was one of my least favorite Pokemon to play against. So tanky, sets up all hazards, super annoying, can take away your toxic spikes, can set up their own toxic spikes, can set up stealth rocks, can set up spikes. It's one of the few Pokemon that can set up all hazards. Super tanky, super annoying to deal with. However, I do think we have Alakazam over in the NU tier nowadays, which is mind-blowing to me as someone who grew up playing with Abra in NU. Like that was the psychic threat we had back in my day, boomer moment. But yeah, so Alakazam's currently in the NU tier, and it's only got a 48% win rate. So this hopefully would be a Pokemon that could answer Nidoqueen pretty well. But maybe I'm mistaken. And once again, I don't really know what's happening in the tier, but that's my thoughts. So next is Vaporeon. Vaporeon seems like a pretty strong bulky water in NU, but I don't know if it's too strong. I don't really have, once again, no stake in this race. But I think GB Weed comes in. GB Weed, who is a legend in the PokeMMO PvP space. I remember his name from 2013 when I was playing and reading his guides and seeing what he was saying like on the forums. Like what GB Weed was up to was what a lot of people listened to and took as PvP gospel. But so he says, why would Vaporeon get rebanned in the Roserade plus Toxicroak tier? So he's basically saying that why Roserade is so powerful. Why in NU 55% win rate? I can show you guys really quick. Roserade's doing so well, 55% win rate, 15% usage, which is insane statistics. Why do we need to ban? Why ban Vaporeon? Is it really that powerful when we have these super powerful checks in the tier? As for Tangrowth, please keep it in OU for 1 more month. 1 more month is a very fair request. Its usage will spike up sooner rather than later. Its presence in lower tiers will disrupt everything and will lead to unpleasant snowball effects that will last for months. We all know it'll end up in OU in the long run. I really think this comment a little harsh, but I think it really sums up most people's opinions in the comments, and from what I've seen at least. Obviously, feel free to share your own differing opinions respectfully over on the forums. Oh, sorry, did I show? Anyways, this is the post. Really, really well put by GB Weed. But for moneymakers, if you want to make Pokeyen off of this, if you want to breed for profit, the biggest thing to keep an eye on here is definitely Tangrowth. Like, definitely, if Tangrowth drops to UU, all of a sudden there's going to be all of these UU players who would have never expected that, who want to pick up Tangrowth to abuse it for free SR, free ELO, during the time where it's legal in UU. So if Tangrowth does drop to UU, go breed specifically hidden ability. You need hidden ability on Tangrowth for it to be powerful. Without hidden ability on Tangrowth, it's just not the same Pokemon. It's totally like not viable in PvP, in my opinion. Maybe in like NU or lower tiers, but you need hidden ability. You need Regenerator Tangrowth, and then you could maybe breed Slowbros for profit. You'll have to check it. You'll have to keep an eye on that. Something like that I could see being profitable just because there's probably so many newer players catching slow pokes and then selling them for really cheap. You could probably breed them up for a good comp for a pretty good price. So there might be a good margin on Slowbros, even though their demand won't be nearly as high versus Tangrowth's demand is going to be the insane one out of everything on this list this month. So that's it for February. Check in when February 1st, when changes actually take place. You could check the forums, or you could just check in game. Go over to the Pokedex if you want to, and go over to like UU and then search for Tangrowth and see if it's there. See if it's there. Right now, Tangela with Regenerator is currently in the UU tier for reference, which is kind of crazy. But that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully it was helpful. Hopefully it was informative. Hopefully you're interested. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if not. And subscribe for daily Pokemon videos. I'll see you guys later. If you want to go above and beyond, Factor will be linked in the description. 50% off your first box if you use my link. And it helps the channel tremendously. Have a great day. See you guys later. Peace, Reno.